Hey guys, what's up? This is Double Deuce back with the Charger build. I want to show you some of the updates I did. Picking away at it little by little. You see we got a hood. And the start of a grill. It's all aluminum inside. I got some black paper taped in there to kind of simulate the grill. I use door edge guard. Stuff you put on, you can buy at Pep Boys or any Advanced Auto Parts or whatever you got near you. I just slipped that over the edge to give it a nice little lip on the thing. And I'll paint that silver. I had to connect the two together with a little super glue. So I'll sand that down, paint it silver. Now the hood was a challenge. Working with aluminum has no memory. Okay, it's like, you know, working with this is pretty. You got a lot of patience. I'll put it that way. So what I did was I cut where the louvers would go into the hood. I just sat and took a Dremel tool and cut it all out, and then pushed these down. Then I backfilled it with a piece of tape underneath it, and then used the metal bond in there to hold it down. Now the nice stuff about the metal bond is it sands like Bondo. Okay, you can prime over it, paint over it, everything. Now like the fenders, I got the bows. I did that with my fingernail. That's how delicate this stuff is. And if you look underneath the hood, you can see what I did. I just folded the edges over, put a little metal bond across the edge to give it a lip, and I'm going to continue folding. And you can see there where the bond come in. Now I'll just, from the back side, I'll wipe a little in there, make it look pretty. Okay. I'm going to do something totally different with this thing, because I'm going to put hinges and all that stuff on it. The doors are going to open. I was debating on that too, but you know, you're going to do something to it right. Now, you can see I'm cutting more relief cuts in the roof, okay? Because, like I say, aluminum has no memory. Once you stretch it once, it keeps going, and it gets out of hand. I built a nice cowl panel that sets over top the inner dash structure, which my fenders are going to bolt to the inner dash structure. And I did start to build a frame, as you can see in there, and a cage. The cage actually goes down, under, and across, front and rear. And then I took brake tubing and gave it a nice support up there and bonded it up. And I started roughing out a tail panel. I got it glued in, you see, and I did get my trunk lid done, trying to put that little wing that they had in it right there, you know, in the trunk to kind of come up. And they also had a little dip in here that come up and down, which I'll finish up with a little Bondo. And then I have to make a valance panel, which I'll get to down the road. Right now I'm still working on the finished panel that I'm going to build in here for the, you know, up to the trunk. And this is what I was talking about on my last video, when my brother was nice enough to send me pictures of his car. That's how the Charger trunk, it comes out at an angle and comes in and then curves in right there at that lip right there. That's what I was talking about with that. And when I was having some trouble with the roof, one of the guys I work with was kind of busting my stones and says, hey, you know what? That can be taken care of very easily. And I said, how's that? You know, and I thought it was going to be some smart answer like, you know, stomp on it or something. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a vinyl top on it. So I went to a fabric store, Got a piece of vinyl, and you can see it's a gator skin vinyl. I'll get my top all roughed out, you see, and then you just trim it, glue it on, and it'll save me tons of work. So my brother, he's really into Mopars, and he's a pretty smart guy when it comes to, you know, things like, you know, the vinyl top, you know what I mean? Like, because I actually referred to him what to use. And I said it would be really cool to have emblems on the car. So he barks right back, hey, you know what? Get on eBay and buy the hat pins. Now if you look on there, it's almost exactly the same size. You see, so I'm going to cut the 67 off the top of it, just leave the charger, because that's where they had them, right on the sail panel right there. They had charger written there. And I did find one Charger RT for the grill, and it's almost exactly the size it has to be. You see? And then, because it's going to be a Hemi, I had to buy the hat pins that said Hemi. These aren't exactly like the 68, because these have the 426 in the H, which I think is the earlier Hemis. But so hey, you know what? They were about 10-15 bucks a piece for them. They weren't cheap, but you know, and it's actually, you're getting into the jewelry market, so I'm figuring, hey, you know what? You know, you're going to do it, let's do it, you know. And so I'm going to continue on building, like I say, the back deck panel behind the seat. And then up front here, you can see where I start building the frame, because it comes in there. I don't want to make it like a Mopar subframe. These are a little too big, so I'm going to, the scale of it. So I'm going to get smaller tubing and put it on the inside to give me some room for the wheels to turn. I didn't anticipate that. And then when I'm done with that, then I will fold aluminum that I can bolt these fenders to, just like the real car, with a radiator support in the front that attaches to the frame. So it'll come down, and I'll have to build some I'll get some U-bolts from the hardware store and put them on at an angle so I can have a place for my shock to mount on, because these are incorporated in the front cage, and with the aluminum it's not going to be strong enough, so I'll go with that. You know, it's like this side's still in the rough, you know, but I did start, like I say, gluing and fitting the roof line. Okay, and this stuff it's amazing, and I just like it, just totally, it's not real flimsy no more. I actually back taped inside here and ran some on the inside just to give it a nice firm. You can see with it attached down here, it's glued too, so it doesn't move, you know, it's very stiff. And then as you build things, you run across little boo-boos like that. You see, because at the last minute, I decided to turn the rocker in without anticipating it had to be a 1/4 of an inch longer before I did it. So I'll have to repair that. And but it's an update on the build. Like I say, you know, I'm picking away at it little by little. As I get the body bonded together and it becomes a stronger unit, then it's easier to work with. You know, I won't have to keep taping and untaping things, and you know, once you start getting stuff bolted on it and bonded together, it's, you know, and it's very, very light for, you know, what it is. It might weigh 10 pounds right now, and like I say, this thing's almost 50 inches long, you know. And any questions, comments, you know, hit me up on the page. If you got any ideas of, you know, things I could add to the car to make it for real, that's cool. Hit me up, let me know. appreciate it. So, like, share, subscribe, guys. This is Double Deuce. We get back on the build. Hope you enjoyed the video. Adios.